So doing anything in my kitchen nowadays requires me to park my walker and then I have to hold on barely. I'm holding on to the countertop because if I don't, I will fall, slip and fall on my own feet, mind you. And so this is what I have to do anytime I want to do anything in my kitchen. Have to hold on. So for example, this morning, Brian filled up his water jug for today using our little water containers that are filtered. So I fill those up and they're heavy, but I put them back in the refrigerator so they can be cold for the next day. I also usually make my breakfast. So this morning I'm going to make some cereal. So that'll be easy because everything's got to be as easy as possible for me being here by myself. So, gotta get my heavy bowl that isn't really heavy, but it feels like it weighs at least 10 pounds, and on a good one it doesn't. So clips and me are not friends. It's very difficult for me to open them and get them back on. So I have to go through this whole process. And while I am trying to make something, I have to lean onto my cabinets or my counters or whatever's nearby. And then that puts a lot of pressure on one or both of my legs. Then it starts causing pain in my back. And of course having to hold on all the time and get around using my arms and legs the way I do causes them to get painful and weak. So anytime I cook, currently, even though I have to do it with help, my solution is to get everything out, which I think is a good practice anyway. Everything that you're going to need to be able to make your meal and keep it all within hand's reach, because if you have to carry it, you're going to have a problem. So now what I do when I want to move something, I couldn't do what I normally do, is just, hey, let me pick this up and walk away with it. What I do is, hopefully it's not too heavy, I move it from one side of the cabinet to the other. Now if I have to move it to my island, I would take it and move it over there, but continue to hold on so I can move it over there, and then vice versa. This has to be done, and it takes, everything I do takes at least 10 times the amount of time it should take. So if I'm planning on cooking a meal that would only normally take me 20 minutes, I've got to plan a lot more time for prep, a lot more time for cooking, a lot more time for just moving from one side to the other, and so forth. So, let me get this back over where I need it to be before I make a problem for myself. You'll hear me grunting and groaning a lot, I apologize. Alright, so now, get stuff out of my refrigerator. I hold on for dear life to the handle. Ease my way over. Let me get the milk out here. Alright, so the fun thing is, now I've got to get these two containers into the refrigerator without one, spilling it, and two, falling and hurting myself. Okay. One's in, success. Okay. And usually I have to lean my head up against the refrigerator to keep my balance. Okay, we've done that. Now, my challenge for this morning, hopefully this milk bottle that Brian just got, because normally he has to open all the jars and bottles so I can use it because it's difficult for me to open. So I'm hopeful this morning that the manufacturer didn't put a death grip on the lid. So let's see. It's not going to be too bad. Little effort, but not too bad. Alright. Yay, got my milk open. Now I'm already winded like I've been running a marathon. All from just doing this and talking. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to move the bowl along with my napkin over so when I go and get my walker, I can just grab it on the way out. Now the interesting thing is, as I open up packages and use paper towels and whatnot, I can't walk over to our recycle area because I have to hold on to the cabinets, which can easily open, and there's a lot of tripping hazards over there. So I have to leave all this into a pile for Brian to put away when he gets home. It annoys me. Another thing that happens to me every single time I attempt to do anything is I drop stuff on the floor, either food, utensils, or you name it. If I have it in my hand, the likelihood of me dropping it is extremely high. And once it's on the ground, it pretty much stays there. So our dog now has a clue that it's a good idea to come into the kitchen after I'm done doing whatever I do in here, because what's going to happen is there's going to be lots of treats for him. So now I got to get my rollator and go get my food and have my breakfast. But this is just a small piece of what I have to go through. If I'm cooking a meal, not just coming and eating cereal, it is a full-on, I mean, it's just insane how much I have to do to get a meal made and feel like I'm not falling apart, because that's generally how I feel. I feel like I'm just completely falling apart by the time I'm done making a meal, because I have to stand, I have to hold on to things, I have to be in awkward positions in order to be upright. So that's just a quick sneak peek. I will record a little bit more, like I'll have Brian record me actually cooking and whatnot, but it takes a lot of effort for me to be able to get anything done.